So the big question today is, do you want things to go on the way they are in your business? Or can you not stand it anymore and something big needs to change? If you're afraid of a big change in your business, this probably isn't for you. And you should probably unsubscribe and move on. That's okay. Not going to chase you around. Not one of those guys. So if it is interesting to you, the idea of getting rid of a whole bunch of stuff in your business that you don't really need to be concerned about as the business owner. I mean, you need to pay attention to it and get reporting on it, but you don't need to be personally involved in the minutiae of day-to-day details on, then listen up, because that's what we're going to be talking about. So there's a couple of programs that are available from an organization that I helped co-found called the Closing Engine. And the first one that we're going to talk about today is called the Ignition Program. Now, a lot of people who come to us, they have a high-ticket program, they know how to sell it, but they've been selling it in a different arrangement or with a different platform than what they want to be doing. So an example of this is somebody who has been very good at filling the room and selling from the back of the room at the end of a talk. That's been very good for them, and they know how that process works. They know how lead generation works and how to get the butts in the seats and then what to do once they got them there, right? But then they want to move, they heard about this online thing, and they want to move to maybe a webinar funnel or something more online. And that is a completely different animal. And trying to figure that out yourself and move at the pace that you will want to move at, it's going to be very slow. In fact, you may never figure it out. A lot of people we know just give up and stop. Go back to what they were doing. If you work with us, the Ignition Program will give you everything you need. We've been through this before. We know what needs to be done. We have anticipated problems you probably haven't considered because it's new to you. You have to go through this a bunch of times, get punched in the face a few times before you figure it out. We've done that for you. So please leverage our expertise, leverage our experience, and get us to do a whole bunch of this stuff for you. I mean, wouldn't it be great if an expert copywriter could come along and create your funnel for you, help you with the offer, the positioning, what to say on your LinkedIn profile so that you can start pulling in leads from that, and the messaging to talk to people once you do have that connection with them. How do you do that? And then getting the appointments booked. What happens when that happens? Well, now we need a salesperson. And that is the main thing that we do at the Closing Engine, is we take care of that sales function for you. Now, it may seem simple. You're going to see a lot of posts online, oh, just hire a commission-based salesperson. And I think that idea is daft. It's crazy. And what you don't know is that a commission-based salesperson is not something you can hire and then just stick in the corner like a cactus and water it by feeding it leads every so often. It's going to die on you. It's going to go crazy. Every salesperson gets off track, including me. That's why we need coaches. And if you're a business owner and you're paying for leads, and you may know this, you may not, the average cost for a filled out application in the online marketing world, typical webinar funnel, is $160 and up. $200, $300, as high as $400. And they're not going to close, salespeople are not going to close 100% of the people that they talk to, are they? No, we've seen different figures. It's 16 to 18%, something like that, 18.5%. So under 20%. We're not happy unless our folks are closing at 20%. We really want them up at 30. But let's think about that. 20%, that's 1 in 5. So you take your cost per filled out application of, say, $200, and you multiply it by 5. That's your cost of customer acquisition, just from the advertising side of things. We're not looking at overhead here or anything like that. It's $1,000. Right? That's a big chunk out of your $5,000 program, isn't it? And a lot of business owners who try and do this on their own, hire a commission-based salesperson, don't understand that that person can get off track and that they need coaching constantly and to be observed. Then they find out 2 weeks have gone by and the salesperson isn't closing. Think about that. Let's say that there's 4 appointments a day that are set up. 4 times 5 is 20. 20 times 2 weeks is 40. 40 times $200, all right? That's $8,000 in ad spend. And some of the smaller coaching companies that we've worked with cannot afford to lose that much money. without a chance of getting it back. I mean, let's say the feedback loops are always broken, okay? That's a major thing to understand. Feedback loops are the hardest things to work out in business. It's okay if you realize that some of yours are broken. It's very, very common, all right? You're going to find out after 2 weeks that this salesperson is broken and not closing. Then what do? You need expertise to get them back on track, and then it's going to take them a bit to start closing again, right? Which is more cost of leads. So it's going to be more than that $8,000. It's probably going to be more like $10,000. A lot of businesses cannot take that punch. And so that's why you get us at the Closing Engine to be your outsourced sales department, because we've got the coaching and the management systems, all that stuff that we know about so that we can anticipate and see today that salesperson's getting off track and give them the coaching that they need to get back on track. And you don't even notice. All right? You're happy, sales are continuing to be made. So that is a major reason why businesses choose to work with us. So if this is interesting to you, maybe it's time to book a call to talk. And there's a calendar link below for you to do that. If not, stay in touch, because I'll be back at you tomorrow with another video.